wanted a real quick update. Roofing repair cost part 2 live. Totally not really a roofing video, but it has to do with roofing. I didn't even go into the time cost, your value of your time. Let me tell you, what should have been a simple repair with this, just changing out the pads, all stemming because of this little rubber boot and a little slider guide pin, which I threw the other one over here. I was kind of mad at it. I don't know where it went. Anyway, I had a couple comments come in already. A handful of people watched it. Figured I'd just set the phone down, go live a little bit while I get ready to wrap up. It's all done. And just how it ties into roofing repair costs being small, and if left unneglected, it just snowballs down into a bigger cascading effect. So not only did it cost me the normal wear, like I'm calling the pads, the roof, normal wear, it didn't cost me now the bracket and the rotor, here it's backwards looking at my phone, and the time of multiple countless trips back and forth because of a little piece, if you would have fixed it. So people, if you're contemplating getting a repair done, you're like, oh, that little trickle coming in my ceiling can wait. I can go get this food or watch this movie or just neglect it. Just kick the can down the road. This was only a week. I heard the little squeaking bar kick in about a week ago, and I had to finish my work week out because it was important to need the truck for it. And let me just show you. I'll go into kind of what it did. Now, this isn't roofing, but again, just think of these little parts here being different parts in your roof, whether it's your ceiling up here, the paint, the insulation, the lumber that holds it all together, the rafters coming down. I've seen some homes fall into some serious neglect, and it all starts with the roof, and then the elements come in. So if I could just maybe share my story of what this cost me now and my time. It took about 3 hours this afternoon from when I originally started. Oh, it'd be a quick repair. No. And then it turned into torching stuff and beating stuff, and there's like, all right, I give up. My time is more valuable. Back to the store we go to buy another part. Luckily, it was the last one in town. All right, so let's see what we got here. Just for those that may not know much about this. Sorry. It's my dinner. Wow. Can't edit that out. Sorry. I stopped for a few minutes to get some dinner real quick because wife had it done and hot. The concept of the bricks needing to be able to move a little bit. Your roof doesn't need to move. Well, it does expand and swell and contract. But let's just switch this around. All right, I'm not a mechanic, self-taught, had to drive junk since I was little, but this whole caliper here, this assembly, should pivot. I might not be able to do this with my one hand. There, I don't know if you can see it. Let's hold my phone stationary. So if your rotor ever has a little wobble, whatever, it's got to be able to do it. Well, these pins right in here need to allow it to pivot in and out, and your pads need to expand. Well, what went bad was this little gasket, this little rubber boot. Then the elements got into it, and it seized this side from moving. And when you break, your caliper expands, it pulls the pads together and does its job, converts that energy into heat. I know this isn't roofing, but just bear with me. We'll go first full circle here. All right, so this side was pivoting. This one wasn't on the old one. So it was causing it to kick in at an angle. Well, what happens when you have a normal pad with a lot of meat on it? One side's got to give. Now, if you look at this, see how it's thick where my thumb is, and it tapers to nothing and then got into the actual steel. Well, that's a normal wearing part, but that metal, that shiny part, it got into some good metal in here. Now most would be like, oh, I'm just going to leave it, I'm going to put it back because I don't want to pay for this part. Believe me, I've been tempted, I've been there before too. But then this wears uneven, it doesn't stop very good. And then, I mean, me with this, you got to consider the liability of the company. And if you ever had an accident, caused some serious bodily injury, and they could prove neglect. I'm not going to go there. Have good insurance, but also just the whole neglect part. So you're tempted to save this. Well, then it wears out your pads a whole lot faster. So just take it from me. I've seen a lot of bad roofs. It all starts from typically something small, and it cascades into a bigger bill. So, just want to share that with you because I haven't had a lot of content coming lately. I haven't even had time to do this little review here, and I've got the company emailing me, hey, where's the video? I've tried to shoot a little bit, just haven't had time to edit it. So we're just going to set the phone down there. It's out because I'm going to charge it off of it. And I'll see if anyone wants to chat while I'm putting this tire back on. I'll do my best to keep an eye on it and answer real quick while we get the tire put back. Yeah, you can see me work now. Oh, yeah, this guy here was 150 bucks. Pads were like 60, but that's normal wear. The little little guide pins, the 2 metal pins, those were $15, $16. The hardware packet, the boots, and the pins that pull your pads back and let them guide on, the clips, those were $12 or so. This caliper deal here, that was 45 bucks I think I paid. And then of course the necessary stuff to stock the garage, jacks and all that stuff. So that's a good valuable point right there. When people are questioning, well, I can go down to the store and get the material for this. What about the compressors, the tools, the pneumatics, the hose, the maintenance, the upkeep, the insurance, like I just said, all the stuff you got to keep somewhere. You got to transport it somehow. These are all the costs that people, unfortunately, homeowners, some of you might be not pointing the finger at you, but those are things that people miss. I hear it, I see it a lot. Well, I look down at the store, based on the squares of this, I should be paying about $4,000 in material. Why does it cost 15 or 20 or whatever the case may be? Well, it's because there's a lot of other costs that go into it and the knowledge that it takes to learn. Alright, I'm going to get this back on here because my wife, she's wondering why this took so long. Hopefully the quality's coming in good. Quick update. I did not end up getting Starlink here at my house, but we do have a new internet service provider where I can get pretty good speeds. I get really good download speeds out here in the rural western county. My upload speeds went from 2 megabit a second up to 40 megabit a second, so way better upload. And also my download speeds have gotten up to 800 megabit when it used to be 25. So I'm happy with that. Let's see, I thought I saw chat come through, maybe. Rich Smith. Yes, the little things. Good picture and audio, appreciate it. Yeah, I absolutely love the internet here now. Until we can get something a little faster. Here in our area, they're connecting, Berrycom is putting in fiber optic around the Howard County area, connecting the schools and all that. It's going on super roofer. And I just got word from Small World. I was doing a repair for a guy, and he worked for the sister company that was putting these fiber optic lines in. And he said he just heard that recently in a neighborhood near me, they're running a trunking line or a chute, whatever he called it, to get fiber optic. So I'm hoping within a year, maybe 2, I'll have fiber optic here at the house, so that'd be kind of cool. As the channel grows, I need the bandwidth, I need the upload capabilities. Alright, I'm going to get this going here. If you guys have any quick chat or anything, I'll glance over at it every few minutes. I'm wrapping up, I'm basically done. I just got to mount this tire here, this big old boy, up on the hub, tighten her down, and it should be good. Speaking of big, I thought this was a big tire. I got my Humvee street legal the other day. Hopefully some content coming on that. And those tires are pretty daggone massive. I pulled into the local Kokomo City Tire. Shout out to Chris and the guys there. As soon as they're walking, they're like, "Was that you in the Humvee?" Yeah. And they were automatically taking bets on the size of the tire. It's a pretty good sized tire. How are you guys doing? 12E out there today on this beautiful Sunday. It's a beast. It's only have 8. The Humvee's got 12. Come on, stay up here. Nope, no chat out there. Can't see chat. YouTube, please, somebody listen to me. You censor everything else people want to talk about. What's up, man? You know, there were some senators here recently with all this banking crisis going on, actually asking and pitching, is there a plan in place to censor the banking crisis? So let's just try this. I just hit monetize on this one. I didn't even think about doing this, but I'll just mention keywords like bank, banking crisis, bank run. I'm kind of curious if this gets taken down or blocked later. I've gone to a few banks recently to move some money, and they're like, sorry, we don't have it. And it's not even, to me, a large amount of money. To some it may be, but they're like, could you take less? I'm like, no, it's my money. You know, I've known it's fractional reserve for a while, which, by the way, a fact, you can Google this. If you look up the fractional reserves and how much the requirements used to be, was 10% for the longest time. But I think it was like March, I don't have the facts in front of me, March 16th of 2020, they reduced it to 0. So these banks failing now. Credit Suisse is the newest. It's going to trickle into other areas. I tell you, I like my Bitcoin prices right now. Shooting up all my crypto stuff. Yeah, I know some of you guys thinking right now, why didn't he spin in the wheel? Well, because the other side's touching the ground and it's in gear, so I can't just spin the tire and tighten the nuts up. But I ran a wire brush on them, I cleaned them, sprayed them down a little bit. Certain bolts I put anti-seize on, so I can just twist these off my finger. Not the average roofing content today. I really wasn't planning on doing this today, but I needed to, or it was going to get worse. Where's my impact? There we go. We are close to being done here. Snug these up a little bit real quick. I have been shooting a little video content while I'm out doing inspections and things like that. I just haven't made them public yet because there's absolutely nothing, other than a title. There's no description, there's no tags or anything like that. Hopefully one of these rainy days I'll be able to kind of catch up on that stuff, but the other big task right now is tax season, tax time. It's getting real dreaded. I hate tax time. I just hate giving my money away. Oh, I need an extension on here. Which, 15 of you, either chat is not sticking up on my phone or no chat. You guys all eating dinner, you got your little earbud in. Alright, I think I got them all one big round. For those of you that are mechanics, I'm not ASE certified, whatever they call that. As I said in the beginning, if you're new, I had to work on all my shit when I was growing up. So I learned a lot. And now, if there's something I don't know, sit down. It's gonna fall over. If there's something I don't know, I Google it. Actually, YouTube it. Just type in YouTube. There's so much I've learned. That's kind of the whole reason why I started this channel, is to share what I know. Some of you probably already know the whole reason why, and I've said it before. There's not much good roofing content out there. Boy, look at the rust getting up on here. What do you think? Is it time to get a new truck? Nope, not yet. The time is getting close, but not yet. I still personally feel like there's going to be a big correction in some costs. And I'm not talking new, I'm talking used. This truck here to replace new is probably like $80,000. I'm not spending that. Hell no. Thing's been a good truck for a little over 3 years I've had it. I'm just going to wait until people are panicking and they want to sell because the sky is falling. That's when I'll get a new work truck. I'll make this another backup secondary truck or something. And when they're like, please buy it, take it, just take it. What's going on, Rich? Got some rust, yeah. It's not bad, I mean, I love this truck. It's the best truck I've ever had. But that's what I'm going to start buying. I was listening to some stuff while I was driving earlier today. Here's the guide pin. This is the one that came out. The other one was seized up in there. Well, I beat that shit out of it. I sprayed some lube and stuff. I heated it and torched it. Just didn't go anywhere. But yeah, anyway, back to all the stuff going on with the markets and the economy. I think that the Fed is meeting, or I don't think, they are meeting Tuesday, Wednesday. Put a new roof on, that disappeared. I'll have to try to read this back. Oh, thank you for teaching me. You're welcome, I appreciate it. But anyways, I think that because Jerome Powell about a month ago was speaking, not even a month ago, to saying that he's not hesitant to go to 50 BP. Well, I think the market's pretty much figured in at 25 BP, but I doubt, even though they're showing a little bit of a 0%, a pause in the rate hikes, I don't think they're going to do that, because it's going to be like kind of smearing his own face that he's already said he's not going to hold back and go to 50 if he needs to. But because there's so much going on with the banks right now, I think 25 BPs in the cards right now, and then possibly a pause. They've already started QE again, and I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, a financial channel, but I do very well with my money. And I'm getting excited. I really am. So, anyway, let's see if there's anything new. I'll probably wrap it up here. I'm just about done. Take out my jacks before I forget here. Isn't that the whole... What is that? Oh, disappear. Oh. I'll tell you, I'm not feeling as young as I once used to be. Oh, by the way, people, my jack actually had declined just a little bit over the past couple hours. So whenever you're working with vehicles, I don't care how big or small, if you got it on a jack, use a safety jack. I gotta raise it back up. Because that pneumatics, that seal, it does leak a little bit. And I actually know a guy that got crushed by a car. He was under it working on it, did not have simple safety jacks, right? Trying to cut corners, not put the time into it, not I don't know if he had them or didn't have them, but the vehicle shifted and it came down and crushed him, almost killed him. He's lucky to be alive. Safety jacks. Safety jacks. I'll use these every day I work with my vehicle. I very rarely wear my safety equipment because somebody tells me to. I wear it when I feel like I need to. Alright. Let's see her go down. There we go. One quick final check of this. Make sure I didn't miss any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my little decorative hub. I used to hate Ford way back in the day. All the little acronyms that you can get out of it. Found on Reddit, F over rebuilt Dodge. Who here wants to see the Humvee? Shall I go do the Humvee this week? It's supposed to be gross. Got it street legal. Got it in town. It's a blast to drive. I'll pull up to a four-way stop or whatever, and people are there, and even though they've got the right of way, they're just like staring at it and waving me on. I'm like, wow, they just, it's an eye catcher for sure. I don't know if I put an update out there. I think I did a very short live when I got to it back still when it was cold. I've got the troop carrier, all that's gone. It's 4-door, 4 seats. And I love the thing. It's amazing. I got to add some safety stuff. I got to put a kill switch on it so nobody just takes my ride and drives off. Because all you got to do is jump in, flip a switch, and it goes. Put a hidden kill dead man switch in. And possibly another key switch so I don't need to reach for that all the time. And I can just put my key in. But anyway. It's not high on the priority, but it is fun. And I can't wait to get doing some repair stuff for the military families. What kind of mileage? Worse than this thing. I thought this thing was a gas guzzler. I think I get probably 14 to 17 in this. Probably 12,000 pounds or so. I don't know. I haven't weighed this vehicle. The Humvee's quite a bit lighter than this truck. I think it's like 6,000 pounds or so is what it's rated, or as you know, dry can carry more weight than that. So it's quite a bit lighter. And I filled the thing up, and I was driving for a few hours the other day. It's like, damn, I've consumed a quarter tank already. I wrote my mileage down when I filled it, so I know how much is in there, at least how much I put in, and how much the mileage is on the odometer. So I'm gonna, can't wait to see, but I'm guessing it's probably gonna be somewhere in the range of 9 to 14. But it's not about the mileage that it gets or doesn't get. It's just fun, American pride, and I want to give back. So there's a Haynes-Apperson parade here in my area, 4th of July, usually a weekend, and they were telling me that they do where you can enter stuff to go on the right. Sorry, I'm cleaning my tools off. They're greasy. Asked my dad if he would be the veteran to ride with me for this for the first time. He was pretty excited about it. My dad served during Vietnam in the Air Force and was the mechanic for the B-58 Hustler. So anyway, excited to do that. All right, I'm going to wrap up here. I clamp this mess and get ready to get cleaned up for the day. Appreciate you guys joining in here for this short little part two wrap up, which I completely forgot to talk about was the time, the value of your time, that I didn't factor into this too. Not only is it what time do I value per hour for me, which is not the point, it's the intangible part, the fact that I miss playing with my daughter and hang out with my wife today for another 3 to 4 hours because this took a lot longer than I expected. Actually, my daughter was out here. She was listening to music. I was getting going on this when I had to go get parts. She's like, "Oh, I guess I'll go in." So that part sucks, really does. And I know it sucks, but I'm trying to do this to retire here really soon, or not retire. When people look at me, I tell them my retirement plan. They're like, "What?" They don't, one, realize how old I am, and then two, they think I'm just going to be a bump on a log. I'm actually, my retirement is just when my income way out exceeds my expenses, so I can live, not be told where to go. I'll still be running the company, I'll still be doing stuff and managing all my investments, but it'd be a lot better. And yeah, my retirement plan is about 2 years from now. 2 to 3, I don't know, it's kind of set back. I've lost a ton of money because of the markets last year, 2022. But by 45, I want to be done working. Retirement! Anyway, I've been smart with my money the last 10 years. Hopefully you're all having a good day. I'll try to read these back here. Yeah. I'll read them back a little later. Last time I did this, I could read them back, so. Alright, smash the thumbs up, the likes button. I appreciate it. Hopefully I don't get banned because I talked about the bank runs and the bank crisis. We shall see if they enacted anything on that. You retired at 45? I mean, I could probably retire right now, and just what I have going on, I'm 100% debt-free, and I have enough money set aside, but if the dollar keeps with inflation, I won't have much for the diesel and the Humvee. Geez, I don't know. I probably put about $1,000 a month in this vehicle alone. So, I'm not going to quit working, people. I'm not going to quit doing this. I'll continually try to grow this. Help you with the guidance? What kind? Like I said, it's not retirement. I'm going to sit on a bump, sit on a log, be a bump on the log. It's a metric, it's a goal where the income has way out exceeded my expenses. I feel bad for this upcoming recession that we're never going to hit. They say the amount of people that are going to lose their jobs, they're paycheck to paycheck, that are struggling. I see it. I've got family there, and it sucks. But just like anything, depends on what side you're on when it's going on or where you are. Republicans hate when there's a Democrat in office, but the Democrats are happy, and vice versa. So if you can see the writing on the wall and you can prepare and you live within your means and you do good with your money and you don't blow it and you make good, wise choices and investments, one thing I can say is through the whole, what's up, D? 2008 Great Recession, back then when that happened. I remember everybody was terrified. I bought this house. People were like, "You're stupid, you're buying a home." This home has tripled in value since then. Multiple rental homes, business partners, people are like, "You're crazy, you're buying a home in this market?" We were buying homes in 2008, 9, and 10 for $10,000 and $15,000 cash, putting 10 into them, making them nice. We do the work on them. And those homes have skyrocketed in value. I actually unloaded a few of them over the last couple years. And doing good. So the opportunity is out there. It's difficult. I talked to a few people close about it, and they're like, some of them finally look after a few years. They're like, "Oh my God, I never realized it." But after a few years, you look back and you see, and it's so nice. But it means, like my brother the other day, he's working on his rehabbing his rental. He's like, "This sucks. I just want to go home." I was like, "Pat, you know what separates the people that are wealthy or well off or doing good or successful in life?" He's like, "No, what?" It's like 1 hour. 1 hour. Most people put 8 hours in to please their boss to get that paycheck. A lot of the other people above that 80%, the normal group of people, just spend a little extra time learning for them or taking care of tasks that need to get done. They don't put it off. So after telling him that last week, he started doing that instead of working 2 or 3 hours on his reel and going home or going partying or whatever. He actually put in some good 8-hour days and a little extra. And he talked. Actually, I think it was this morning. He's like, "Yeah, I made some massive improvement. Got the thing about done." So I know again, it's not roofing related, but there's some other YouTubers out there I follow that, like Keith Kalfas. I don't follow him religiously, but he's got some really good content. Um, I had never thought I could be where I am 10 years later of just kicking its ass and working at it. You know, there's days where I don't talk about this like Spencer Clacy does. He just $600 a day, $1,200 an hour, whatever he says. My best income, just for you few 12 people, I'm kind of ashamed to even say it. What was it? $42,000 in a week in profit. I'm like, I had no idea I could do this. And it was never possible until I left my job and started something for me. Instead of being a cog in somebody's wheel, I wanted to make my own wheel and build up this little riffing business, this system. And looking back and what it has produced for me, oh my God. I don't set an alarm. I get to see my girl pretty much whenever I want. Now, I still got to work. I still got to bust my ass. And I still got to keep priorities. Yes, it's the old logo too, by the way. I've actually had some people comment, "Oh my God, what's that say on your jacket?" It's a real estate. Yeah, it's a sister company. All right, I'm babbling. We're about 30 minutes into this. Truck's done. I got to clean up the mess. Got to get out of here. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Give it a thumbs up. And as always, until next time, be safe. Let me know if you like this kind of content or any of the money finance type of things. And yeah, we'll try to do more of that or whatever you guys want to see. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.